Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm Sandra Pollock and I'm coming to you from Open Mind Coaching. It is Monday, and yes, although it is a bank holiday here in the UK, I am still meeting with you, and I'm glad that you're able to join me too. I hope that you have had a really lovely holiday, and as we look towards the new year, we are into the new year now. I really hope that your first day and today your second day into 2017 will be wonderful and has been wonderful already. So as usual, every Monday I share with you a tip for the week. And as it is, as I say, the second day into 2017, I'm hoping that this will also be a tip for the year, something that will help you think about your year and how you use it. So thank you, those who are already with me. Hi Nick, thanks for joining me. And hi Ray, lovely to have you on board as well. So today I am sharing some thoughts around your potential. Yes, good morning and Happy New Year, Ray. Thanks. Your potential is a topic for today, and I've been thinking about this as as I'm starting the new year as well. And we usually think about what the year will bring us, what will happen in the year, and what we want to achieve in the year, in every new year. So that's what I was thinking about. And as I began my thought journey looking forward into the new year, I thought about potential. Right now we are at the cusp of the new year, the start of the new year, and there is so much potential out there that the year could bring. So I thought, well, what is potential? So typical me, I got out my trusty dictionary to just think about, what does potential mean? And so I read what I've found. What is potential? So the dictionary says that potential is having or showing the capacity to develop into something in the future. So that's quite relevant for now as we look into the new year. Having or showing the capacity to develop into something in the future. It also says that potential is latent qualities or abilities that may be developed and lead to future success or usefulness. And I like that, success or usefulness. So that's what potential is, latent qualities or abilities that may be developed and lead to something in the future, future abilities or usefulness. And that is what we all have. Hello, Vina, lovely to have you on board. So that is what we have. You have so much potential. I have so much potential. But what I've realized is that potential is just the start. It is just the beginning. We have to do something with all the potential that we have. You look at people, and usually you can recognize potential in other people. And sometimes, even when we recognize potential in other people, we can feel so frustrated because we can see in our mind's eye what they could achieve. And if they're not working towards that, although we're not the person with the potential, we could feel quite frustrated. And I know when we look at our own lives, if we look back into last year and we think, well, there was so much that I could have achieved, but I haven't, and we just leave that possibility there at the door of potential. So when you open the door to the new year, you are opening yourselves. We are opening ourselves, our nation, the world to so much potential. But that's just the beginning. What do we do with it? And I've written some notes here that said, really, that's just the beginning of the journey. In order for potential to become anything at all, we have to do something with it. We have to use it. We have to stir it up. We have to expand it. So how do you expand, grow, and stir up potential? Hi, Jenna. Lovely to have you on board. Happy New Year. So how do we do that? And the other thing that got me into thinking about potential is I was talking with my daughter. She's, as you know, if you've been with me, you know that she's at university. And we were talking about, all the work that she has to do. And I look at her and her mother as her mother, and I see potential. Hi, Manisha Patel. Lovely to have you on board as well. So I look at her and I can see her potential. And, talking to her, I realize that we all go through the same things that she was talking about at the time. When you get to that stage, when you're working on something, it could be your career, it could be a job, it could be a skill, something that you're learning to do for the first time. It could be something in your job, it could be a hobby, it could be anything at all. It could be as simple as learning to use a new software product, having a new computer, downloading a new app, and you have to learn how to use that. Or it could be learning to cook a meal. It could be, anything at all. Rewriting your CV, anything that you are learning to do. You go through a whole process. It's a journey, but it's not only a journey of physical change and skill and activity, it's also a journey of emotional change. And sometimes we'll get to the point where we're doing something and it can be so difficult that we think, oh, do you know what? Forget this. I don't want to do this anymore. This is just so painful. It's just so frustrating. For me, what I've been thinking about is when we go through that emotional stress, that emotional strain, when we're trying to do something, break something and launch something new, break into a new area or start a new business, and we get to those points where we are just struggling emotionally because we're just so frustrated with ourselves that we're not achieving what we should be achieving as soon as we want to achieve it, where we want to achieve it, and how we want to achieve it. And sometimes it seems like everything is against us, and we think, you know what, I just want to give this up. That is the point where you are learning to expand your potential. Because potential, as we said, it's just a beginning. Potential, we are still, when we're looking at potential, we're still in our comfort zone. We're still in the easy place. When we want to grow our potential, we need to push beyond there. So when we're going through that emotional stress and when things are looking like, oh gosh, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. We are butting up against the walls of our potential. Another thought that I had was, can you imagine you've got a block of wood. You look at it and it's just a block of wood. Someone who works with wood could look at that block of wood and see something else in it. They're looking at the potential in the wood. They're looking at potential in the wood, and they're also looking at the potential of their skill to create what they see in that block of wood. But in order to create what they see in that block of wood, they've got to take some tools, and they've got to gouge out different shapes, different pieces. They've got to extract from that wood, chuck some bits away, reshape some other bits, until all of a sudden this once block of wood is a beautiful shape. It could be a figure of somebody. It could be a bowl. It could be a cup. It could be anything at all. But someone has taken what was a block of wood and worked on it. Now, when we're going through that emotional state, those changes, that emotional pain, which nobody else can take away from us, we have to work through. It's pretty much like that person taking their tools and digging out and shaping and reshaping that block of wood. So that is what we need to do with our potential. We need to take it and reshape it. It's sometimes, if we're working on something physically, we can see and feel what we're doing, and we can sometimes change that to make it different, or we can push harder, or we can push less to make what we want physically come about. But the emotional changes that we go through, it's not that easy to push harder, to endure that pain. Because when we're in the pain of change, We want someone else to do it for us. We want to take that to be taken away from us. But we can't, because that is the stage where you're growing your potential. That is the stage where you're pushing beyond your customary boundaries to create something new, to create something different. So when you're looking at your potential for this year, I just want to encourage you to realize that when it gets difficult, when it gets hard, when you think this is impossible and I don't want to do it anymore, think about the fact that what you're doing is actually creating what you really want. But you have to create it within yourself before it can come to life outside of you. It's a two-part thing. You're creating something physically, but you're also creating something in yourself. So when you are going through those emotional changes, keep in mind what you saw to begin with. Keep in mind that that opportunity that you saw. Keep in mind the potential that you saw, that you wanted to achieve, that change you wanted to bring in yourself or in others or in your business or whatever, that you are butting up against your potential. Potential is nothing if we don't develop it. Potential is nothing if we don't expand it. Potential is nothing if we don't grow. And a lot of that growth is the growing pains within us, those emotional growing pains, those hardships, those disappointments, those frustrations, those up and down feelings. Those are the things that change you from the inside out. And you have to go through that. I have to go through those things as well. So I'm just sharing this. I'm talking to myself as I'm talking and sharing with you, because if we don't go through those things, we will never realize who and what we really can be and can achieve. So potential is just the start. The growing, the work is how you develop your potential. I remember I used to tell my daughter all the time when she was young that she was beautiful, she was intelligent, she was clever, she could do and achieve anything she wanted to as long as she worked hard at it. Now, when we think of working hard, we only think of the physically working hard, but really that's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about to my daughter was about stickability, about determination, about motivation, and those are the things that you need to have to develop your potential, to create in this new year what you want, what you can look ahead now and see that you want to achieve. You only can do that through going through the journey that is emotional, as well as the physical changes that we can do sometimes much more easily than the emotional change. Because when we're doing something physical and it's difficult, we can put it down. But when we are going through that emotional change, we can't take it out of us and put it down. We have to go through it. So this year is a year that is open to you and me with such amazing potential. We can achieve so much. All of those dreams and ideas, it is possible for you to achieve all of those. You have the potential to do so. But you need to work through it. Work through it, and you can. You have the potential to work through even the emotional state. So don't forget, you are capable, you are able, and you can do it. And those dreams have been given to you because you are the one that is supposed to achieve it. And you've got what it takes. You've got the potential. So I want to look at some of your comments, because I know some of you have been sharing with me as I have been speaking. So Ray says, yes, hun, we need to tap into our own potential, but sometimes many distractions. So I guess we need to focus on what we really want to achieve. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, Ray. You need to focus. And a part of developing your potential is identifying what you really want to do and prioritizing what you really want to do. So I agree with that. We've got Jane Cords. Thanks for joining me. Deborah, hi. Thanks for joining me again. Ray says, yes, emotional. I agree. Ray's agreeing. Sarah, thank you for joining me. Thanks for saying you agree again. Change is hard, but it is achievable, says Ray. Thank you. I agree. Thanks, Mike, for joining me. Chris, thanks for joining me. Manisha, thank you. Manisha says, I agree. Change can be very hard and emotional, but when you have proved to others, and more importantly, yourself, there is no better feeling. I agree. So focus and vision is so important. Manisha, I agree. Thank you all for sharing. This is so great. I love it when you get involved and share your thoughts. So as you look forward into this week and into this wonderful new year, I am rooting for you because I know all of the potential that you have. And do you know what? I'm so excited about this year because I believe we are going to achieve so much more this year than we ever did last year. And I know some people are talking about how disappointing last year was for lots of reasons. And do you know what? I'm not going to look into that. I am going to focus on the potential that we have because this is new. Today is new. Tomorrow is new. And you know what? We have the power as people, as the human race, to make things better. We have the potential. We just need to work at it, both emotionally and in the things that we can practically do. But don't forget about your emotional work that you have to do. And again, when it gets difficult, don't give up. Know that that's a part of the program. That's a part of the journey. And that is the thing that makes you so much bigger, so much better, so much stronger. So I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'm sending you love and hope and everything good for this new year. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you as we go through the new year as to all the things that you have achieved, the things that you've wanted to achieve. So let me know what your objectives are and all the things that you want to achieve. And if there are areas that you struggle with, because when we butt up against those emotional challenges, those help us identify the areas that we most need to work with. Work on in our lives. So don't forget that that's the sort of thing I'm here to help you to achieve your career goals and objectives, to touch and tap into the know-how of getting through those areas that you want to get through, learning those skills that you want to learn so that you can put them into practice, but more so helping you pull out from in yourself all of that potential that is already there. So if I can help you, don't forget that I am here. So, drop me a line offline, and I will, my phone's talking to me again, and I will be glad to work with you. So it's Sandra Pollock, Open Mind Coaching. If I can help you, drop me a line. And have a wonderful week, and know that your potential is only your starting place. So I look forward to catching up. Hi, Halima. Halima, I'm just signing off. So if you want to go back and listen to it and watch it after it's uploaded, I'm sure you'll find some valuable tips in there. So I'm going to sign off and say thank you again for joining me, and thank you for being a part of my journey and allowing me to share with you. So take care. I will see you at the end of the week. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.